Hi there, welcome back to the Tomb of EL-lumination again. Another video about this dipshit here. Apparently he's a flat earther. I'd heard him before, I thought he was, but someone sent me a video of him and that other dumb arsehole Jake or something, fake Jake, talking shit about me because they don't understand my model. So this dipshit here is getting all pedantic. So I'm not giving him specifics, so he thinks I'm a freaking idiot. My model's all cocked up. No, because he hasn't got the brains. He's like a flippin' globie who can't add two and two together himself. Yes, I have to give him the specifics, every flippin' detail. Like I've stated, he was querying the fact that I said the stars were moving 15 degrees per hour. Well, if I haven't been following him like he says, why would I? I don't get my information from other drongos, meatheads, whingers, complainers. I've done all my own research. I don't follow anybody. I've got all my information from here and what all the ancients have written. I've got heaps of books. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. They're all telling the picture, and you can't fake it. I can't make it all up. I'd be the flipping best script writer on the planet. I did. So it's down to specifics. So I was talking about, in a couple of places mentioned 15 degrees per hour for the stars, the star rotations, because in time-lapse photography you get the circular motion on your horizon. But if you use a star tracker, you get the stars wandering out heading west from the southern hemisphere, here veering south. So I'm just saying 15 degrees per hour, two motions. Well, I know it's not 15 degrees per hour because how many videos have I made to state that the sun is 4 minutes faster than the stars per day? So obviously the sun is 15 degrees per hour because it does a 360 over 24 hours. That breaks down to 15 degrees per hour. So just that little particular moment in my videos, it gets all drongo. So we're going to go over a few things about what he was referring to, okay? So we're going to be breaking down the difference between the globe model and the flat earth model when it comes to celestial bodies and what their globe's doing as opposed to our flat earth system, okay? So he was talking about the stars not doing 15 degrees per hour, and he wouldn't frickin' know. He's referring to information online, and they don't frickin' know either. So you can't trust what they do online. You know, they've been lying about the globe all along. What's happening with the stars is they do this. Because they all come out of the central vortex of creation, basically, that's the 3D vortex. That's the 3D. Okay? Now we've got the 2D plane up here, okay? Up top here. The sun is just off center of the black hole. The black hole is connected to the gurgler down here, which is the female end of the Milky Way, and the other Milky Way comes off over here. That's the male end. That's the female end. Okay? And at night we see the whole thing, the bulge here with the gigantuan at the back, white cloud, because that's the sun side. This is our night side, okay? So we're seeing this view here. So at the end of the day, it all collapses back to one flat plane. So instead of having all this stretched out like this, it all comes back to that one flat plane, the 2D. We've all been created through the 3D that's become illuminated via the sun hitting the right frequency up here. Okay? So what we're getting is deceiving. That's why you can't trust what you get online. All the ancients, all esoteric, Kabbalistic, Kabbalah, whatever you want to call it, it's all there in puzzle pieces that no one can actually interpret except somebody. So where are we going? Oh yeah. Well, so we're gonna show the star motions. So there's the Milky Way, and then you get all the background stars. I mean, science calls them background stars. They know the whole flat Earth system, but they only drip feed you a little bit. They're drawing out the whole process. It's a bit like life. It's drawn out because we all exist in a moment in time of creation, a moment of time of creation, but our life is drawn out. But it's just one moment in time, pretty much. So due to the vortex, the stars do this Fibonacci. Because we're looking down into the vortex. Okay, and down inside the vortex you've got this S-curve, right? You look down inside the vortex, you've got this. But that's only half a cycle. They go down and back up. So it has to come around and go back in again like that. Okay? So that is the 3D projection. So that's projected out into our sky. So it doesn't matter which hemisphere you're in, northern hemisphere or southern, because the south is mirrored from the north, okay? You're looking down, that image we see up in the night sky is straight up into the night sky, okay? The northern night sky is flat. So all the stars that are doing that thing in here are all projected straight up into the night sky, into here. But they're actually sort of, I mean, it's a vortex. It's down there like that, but you work on this in just an S cycle, okay? I shouldn't have drawn it like that. Coming out, Fibonacci, back in, like this. So that is the 3D cycle. But the sun, the real sun, is up on the 2D plane. Okay, that's what it looks like. The sun's just on the horizon of the black hole, and it just does plain circles. Okay, just does circles. It does a 360-degree circle over 24 hours, and the sun is the timekeeper. So when they tell you the stars turn up earlier in the day, 23.56 minutes, what are they comparing it to? The sun is the timekeeper. So if the sun has done a full circle and it took 24 hours, and this only finished in 23.56, then it lost the race. But I know it's hard for people to understand what I've just said then. They can't relate to it, but you just got to go with me. Trust me, the sun is quickest. Look, all the energy comes out of the centre. Nothing out here can be quicker. Nothing down here is quicker. He's the king. Okay? So, there's your 3D model of the stars over the night. But the sun is on the 2D plane. It's just doing a lovely circle. See, it's just doing a circle up there. But as it's cast out into our realm, every day it's going round, it comes right out to there and then goes back up in again. What the pyramids are all about. Okay, so it's doing a lovely circle up here. It's not oval. All your science has taught you that everything's oval, because that's actually a circle right there, the black hole, and there's your sun on its horizon, which moves around it. That creates the oval look. See, they think everything's going around this oval cycle, when really the oval is just this, the angle, it's the spin. They think things are doing this oval thing. They've done the maths and it works out that way, but it's not reality. It's not doing ovals. The sun does this beautiful circle up there as it's cast out into our realm, because our realm comes up here, out into our realm. And that's basically what it's doing over the year, okay? So there's your 15 degree per hour. Obviously the stars are doing a bit less. The sun does 15 degrees per hour. The moon does, never saw this online. I figured it all out way back when I first started looking at the flat earth, came up with all the figures. 13.18 degrees. After I put that on Facebook and YouTube so many times, about a year ago I went online and saw, oh now they're showing it. I saw this on a site. So stars are 4 minutes a day slower than the sun. Nobody can get their head around that. But it all adds up, okay? We're going to try and break that down. So somebody can work that out. I haven't stopped to work it out. So if it's 4 minutes less than that, then it's what it must be doing. This guy here reckons they're doing nine something degrees. That's pretty freaking slow, because I don't think they freaking understand all this, what's happening, how we see things, how it's all projected out into our realm. So if this is all a projection from up here, the background stars are just basically shrapnel, you could say, from the initial explosion, you could say, the Big Bang that science talks about. Hey, because everything just collapses back to just one plane. That's the God zone. This is our created realm. We've all come from here. So we're going to go over a few things here. Try and break down the difference between stupid globe. Well, you can't say stupid because it's pretty ingenious what they've come up with, eh? So let's draw, you got the earth here. Let's say, I got the sun here, make that the sun. Obviously not to scale. You know, some people like this probably can't figure that out. You probably think my model's all fucked up because I've got to scale. Oh, my head hurts. I can't figure it out. Earth. Okay. So I'll just use what some guys got here. So some guy asked a question about the 4 minutes per day, and the guys come back at 23 hours and 56 minutes is how long it takes the Earth to make one rotation relative to the rest of the universe. Okay, so this Earth is moving this way and there's 4 minutes 4 minutes difference relative to the rest of the universe. In other words, compared to the stars. compared to the stars. Okay, so it's creeping. How long it takes to rotate relative to the rest of the universe. However, while it is doing that, it also makes 1/365th of a revolution around the sun. Okay, so they're trying to tell you that moves all the way around the sun over 1 year. So it's making one revolution. That's going this way, get a different pen. Keeping all this on my mind is flipping difficult. So he's got the Earth turning this way, and it's flying to the universe, making a 4-minute change through the universe, okay, as well as moving around the sun. While it's doing that, it also makes one. In order to face the sun in the same direction as it did the previous day, it has to rotate 1/65th of a rotation, which takes 4 minutes. Now, one thing we have to realize is Earth is from the hole. Ancient Egyptians have told us this. Earth, the flat plane, the 2D plane you could say, inertial plane of Earth, is from the black hole. It's the fixed and stationary plane that sits at the center of the black hole, because the black hole goes nowhere. All the action's around the perimeter. That's why Earth is fixed and stationary. So they use Earth as the black hole of creation. So there's your 2D plane, and that is Earth, okay? So you could make the vortex like this. There's a 2D plane. So Earth is from the hole. Well, actually, hang on. The black hole's in here, okay? So Earth is in that black hole. Flat plane, fixed and stationary. So this is what you got to imagine. What's going on here is what they have the Earth as. Because, I've been telling you, the true model is that the sun moves around the black hole, right? So you come back to their model, and they have the black hole moving around the sun. Okay, there's the black hole moving around the sun, when it's the sun moving around the fixed black hole. That's the difference. See, it works the same way, doesn't it? Similar. Okay, but the black hole's fixed and stationary right there, and that's Earth. Earth is fixed and stationary. It's the sun that moves around it. Got that out of the way? So 23:56 minutes is how long it takes the Earth to make one rotation relative to the rest of the universe. Okay, so they're telling you that this turning here, that turning takes 23.56 minutes per day. Okay, the Earth. So, in other words, it's slightly short of making up a 24-hour day, right? Now you got to realise the sun is quicker than the stars by 4 minutes in the real model. So 23.56 minutes. So it's short. So the stars are short. Okay? Because in the real model, the sun goes around, does this 360-degree, 24 hours. Don't think it got there quicker because it was less time. You don't think like that. You've got to use the other side of your brain. So it's turned that relative to the rest of the universe. So that basically what they're telling you is the stars. It's about the stars, really. However, while it is doing that, it also makes a trip this way, 4 minutes this way around the sun, okay, each day. That's making up that 4 minutes, because the sun's moving around it, okay, but they're having the black hole move around the sun by 4 minutes. So now they're going back. Now they're referring to the yearly motion. There's a daily motion goes around the black hole. So you've got this daily motion around the hole. Then you've got the yearly motion. Okay, that is one yearly cycle. The sun in a lemma. Sun, 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 sun. And there, the sun, no declination, but it's still going round daily. Okay, so you can't knock that off in relation to the stars, because it's still going around, just like the stars are still doing their S cycle over the day. When the stars do an S cycle over the day, the moon does it over a month, and the sun does this. Look, there's an S there, sort of thing. Don't get too deep, but the sun does it over a year. But that's only half the cycle there. It's always a return, isn't it? Over your 24 hour. So the moon will do a complete, up and down to complete a cardioid. That's only the Fibonacci. That's only half the cycle. Like that. I realised the two cycles. So you have to draw this like an apple, because you got to imagine it's the golden ratio. So it starts getting bigger and bigger as it comes out, like that, like that. But we're not looking down like that, are we? Well, if you're in the northern hemisphere, night sky, if you could go up there in the middle of their winter and film the stars, you could just about see all this. Doing that, track that star. If you could track it for 24, no, you can't. Yeah, 24 hours in the winter, because it's all night time, right? During their winter in the Arctic, 24-hour night. So you could just about track the star doing that shape. Two cardioids, two Fibonacci's. You could do that in the Antarctic too, in their winter. Yeah. The apple. Otherwise, where did this apple idea come from with Newton and them? Because they all know. They just had to spin it differently. Freemasonry goes way back. Okay, so you got this yearly motion of the sun travelling all the way up there, doing a full cycle. You've got the daily motions going around the black hole. Around the black hole. And they've taken our Earth and put it there. Tell you we're up there in La La Land. And then you've got the leap day. Leap day makes up for the fact that the orbit around the sun takes approximately 365 days, 20.25. After 4 years, we've built up an extra day. So the globe model, they say the leap year is the fact that the Earth takes 365 days plus 0.25 to get round the whole track, which means they're trying to tell you the sun has to make up that extra bit. But if you think about it, it's because the sun is recessed this much. Okay? Now you got to think deep here. I mean, I'm not explaining it very well, but the sun is, once you realise the sun is quickest, you need to understand, because 4 minutes a day, I'll go back to my bit of paper here. See, this there, 4 minutes a day, 4 minutes a day times 365 days of the year equals, comes to 24.333 hours. Okay, so there's a day. There's a whole day. So what's happened is let's just say it's a circle, but it's gone over this whole thing, over the year. The sun. There's the stars, say. The sun is raced all the way around, 4 minutes each day, more than the stars. And at the end of the year, it comes right back and doesn't quite lap it. It finishes just here. That little bit there is this 20.25, okay, over a year. That is the precession of the equinoxes. Because it stopped short. The sun is going to drop back for this much every year, which exposes more stars and constellations. That's why it all goes backwards. Okay? I've shown how this works on a few videos, but people just, I don't know if people understand it. They still can't get it. But it works with the whole model. It just makes sense. We can't see it because at the end of the day, the sun is over here and the stars are over here, and they can't figure it out. It's trying to tell you, work on these hours when the sun is the timekeeper. If he's done a whole rotation, 360 degrees, it took 24 hours. And these only did that much. It's basically telling you that they're that much short. They never finished. They never made it to 24 hours. He's the timekeeper. But you've got to realise, if the sun, let's say if the sun jumped ahead, right, and it's directly across there. If the sun jumped ahead by 4 minutes, what's going to happen? Let's say it jumped 4 minutes ahead. Well, you're going to get 4 minutes more of stars coming up and behind. There'll be 4 minutes more. So because it's jumped ahead by that 4 minutes, they think that all the stars turned up earlier, not realising that the sun has moved. They don't tell you the sun moves around here. They think we're flying around the sun. That's their model. But if that sun jumped over here, that sun jumped ahead by 4 minutes. It's on the other side of the world now, remember? It's daylight. They're just looking at the stars here. Oh, shit. 4 minutes. 4 minutes more of stars just turned up. So that means the stars are quicker from the night before. It's pretty freaking basic when you get your head around it. Yeah, so what's happened here is this 4 minutes, the sun's raced ahead. Comes around and laps the star, but not quite, because look, there's 33.3 short. It didn't quite beat them. So that's the precession of the equinoxes there. Understand? So that there is the shortfall. And once you get this in your head, you will then become wise enough to understand got that in the right place. It's a riddle. A riddle. What do they call it? No. They come up with a real basic interpretation. Oh, that means don't stuff around. Get on with your job. Don't show off. Don't skite. Don't waste time. Get on with your job. No, that's simple. It's for the simple human brain. This here is the whole meaning of the sun losing the race. It's referring to that. The sun is quicker. The sun is quickest than the stars. The stars is the tortoise. But at the end of the day, the sun lost the race. It's about thinking. It's the third eye. It's the part of the brain that common man has not awoke to yet. Okay? And this goes back to that, he's got a strange name, Aspesos, is something. I've done another one of his riddles. It's all astrophysics, like most ancient philosophy, myths and legends are. Okay? So, what have I got here? So you've got one motion, 23 hours 56 minutes relative to the rest of the universe. So we'll say that's one motion. So you got this one motion relative to the rest of the universe. Okay? To the stars, which is basically in a flat Earth system, the sun racing ahead of the stars by 4 minutes a day. 2, they've got the 360, they got this one here. 2, the spinning. Doing a 360, but telling it's only that when they're referring to that. It's the difference between the sun and the stars. Then they got 3. This is 3 that the Earth going around the black hole, which is the and we fit that one in. It's going around the black hole. It's basically doing that's the 3D. That's the 3D in here, see? Up there's going around every day. But this here, 3D, is due to the flexing of this ecliptic plane. The ecliptic plane flexes like that. So this is the ecliptic plane. You got the plane there flexing down like that. Okay? So when it's down here, this is down and out. That's the southern hemisphere summer. So it's down and out, or it goes way back up there. That's the southern hemisphere summer, down and out, all the way around the south. Remember, I've done this plenty of times in previous videos. Northern hemisphere, southern hemisphere's mirrored, everywhere out from there, everywhere. And then it starts creeping back up. Okay? And the sun follows that ecliptic plane. The sun follows the ecliptic plane. It's on, dipping down. That's what creates this image here. Or it's going back up. Okay? Remember that flat line is that flat line. That's equilibrium. Everything is balanced. Go with your telescope, you find all the planets all sitting nice and level. Jupiter. That's not right. Saturn's nice and level. It's not on an angle or anything. They're all level there. 6th day. September, or could be March too. Okay? The flexing. The sun follows the Earth's magnetic field, and that's the Earth's magnetic field, the flexing of the ecliptic plane. That is the ecliptic plane. The 2D plane is the ecliptic plane. So this 3 here, this 3, revolution moves 4 minutes per day around the sun. 4 minutes a day around. Just bear in mind that the sun didn't quite catch up to the stars. It laps them, it's faster. It didn't quite lap them. It's a little bit short. Now this 4 minutes per day around the sun means the sun is ahead each day by 4 minutes. Is basically another full rotation, isn't it? Compared to the stars. It's one whole day. Because the stars just do its cycle every day, back and forth every day, one cycle. Well, by the end of the year, the sun is caught up, done another whole rotation. And they say this because it didn't quite. Yeah, so whatever is going on here, they're supposed to be the same figures. So there's just not a complete accuracy with the 24-hour going, or the 4 minute delay maybe. So 365.25 days. So you got 0.25 of a day behind the stars for precession, because the sun didn't quite lap the stars. Okay? So you've got that. Let's draw what man sees. There's man. That's all he can detect. That's his horizon. Horizon. And everything's perpendicular to the observer. If that horizon to there, whatever that is, let's say 5k. Well, how do you get over here? Obviously that's 5k too. From there to there is 5k. That's where you see all the celestial bodies. But this is daylight, daytime. Okay, so they know that 5k, 3 miles, whatever. But at night, maybe it stretches when it comes to the celestial bodies. But whatever it is, it's all perpendicular back to the observer. It's all at equal distance. That's all he can measure. Any man on earth, that's all he can measure. Because the next guy, he's got his own arc of horizon. He's over here, his arc could be over here. You know, then you got this parallax problem going on, where he's observing everything perpendicular to him. Then he's going to observe everything perpendicular to him. their spinning ball model brings it all the way around here, and look where you're still back at the centre here still. They put everything back here at the centre. You're still on the flat plane. You don't need this at all. They spin that one. Just because you've got an horizon we can't see forever, you know. So one minute your science is telling you the Earth is too vast for us to see the curvature, but tomorrow, the curvature's there, it's only 5k out. Next day, it's too vast to see the curvature, because most people are ignorant and they're not really searching for the truth. They don't care about any of this. You know, what difference does it make if the Earth is flat or round? It doesn't affect me. Oh no, it'll affect you when you die, mate, because when you're dead, when you die and you're a dodo, you never woke up. You've got to go through life again on this earth. Be a slave all again. Go through the whole system, all the bullshit again, until you finally wake up. Yeah, so if you're too dumb, you think nothing affects you now, good luck, good for you. But some of us want to get out of this flippin' matrix, and we want to wake up, we want to know the truth. That's what life's all about, finding. So everything comes back to the observer. This is not Earth. All the flat earthers think this is Earth. No, that's just the observer. That's all you're getting cast onto your horizon. So you got, say, 4 minutes extras of stars when the sun has gone down and raced out of your horizon. And look, because the sun has raced ahead, at night time, because you can't look at both at the same time, you can only look that way, or you're looking during the day. I don't know if they've ever thought about this. They must have, because I think they all the Freemasons know the whole flat earth system. But it's quite ingenious what they've come up with over there when they come back to the actual system. So, and you know, they even tell you when the sun's gone down, or you're still seeing the sun or something, when you see the sun, it's actually gone down by 4 minutes or whatever. I've done a video on that. They're basically telling you this 4 minutes delay, or 4 minutes advancement on the sun from the stars. So every day, like this, so the sun was there, sun, there it is there. Next day, you know, the sun's shot ahead, and all these stars are creeping up. This is how you start seeing all the different changing constellations. Okay, the sun's moved ahead, you get more stars filling in the gap. Okay, you could draw it in like that if you want. This is why the globe model is handy sometimes. It's just a model to use. You could say the sun's sweeping around there, racing up here. As it comes right around, it starts chewing up stars. What's happening? Well, you're going to get that many more stars this end of the cycle. So it's not that easy trying to compare, because it's all quite confusing. Compare the two. It's just understanding, believing that the sun is 4 minutes quicker than all the stars. It all starts making sense, okay? You got your daily motion around the black hole, and we see the sun go around us overhead every day, going around the black hole, because Earth is the black hole, remember? Earth is from the hole. The ancient Egyptians have told us that. They told us all about the horizon. They've even told us all about the fact that the sun is in many places, but only seen in one, because this guy sees his one and only image. This guy over here, he will see his image. Okay, so it all depends on where he is. See his way over here. So here's east, here's west. He sees his sun there at 1 o'clock. It's 1 o'clock here. Let's say there's a 30-degree difference between there and there. Well, there's 2 hours, isn't it? So it's already gone 12. He's seen the sun like that. So it's 1 p.m. Hang on. Oh, it's going that way, are we? 1 p.m. Well, it's looking at the sun. 1 p.m. would be that way. Let's say we'll go 1 p.m. 1 p.m. And so 2 hours. This goes back to 11 a.m. Well, you know, they're trying to tell you that's where you'll see the sun. Doesn't work like that when they tell you it's 93 million miles away. Can't remember. I used to draw this out. I've drawn this out years ago, but you know, I haven't got anything on the top of my mind at the moment. But they would call that parallax. But what is this? But I've done this once in an older video where there's 2 young guys in Saskatchewan, Canada, where it's the longest, straightest road or something or other, and they did this experiment, and they paced this out at so many meters or miles or whatever. So they did this exact experiment and then said, this is why we live on a globe. I said, hang on a minute. So I drew their angles, because they worked on this, they put a little stick in the ground. They put a stick in the ground and then worked on the shadows at that time. And it all worked out that this point here was 100 miles. I think it worked out as 100 miles. I think it was 100 miles. But even that's not right, because in our flat earth system with our arc of horizon, nothing is beyond this arc of horizon. Okay? Because it's made up of all the atmospheric layers. Okay? All around us. Okay? We are blue. We see blue first. It's a higher frequency. It's like we're looking out from the center of the universe. The highest frequency comes out of there. Blue. And it's like us, we're doing the same thing, looking out. So we're looking through this light spectrum to see the King. For Christ, basically there. So, or you could bring it back down if you want, but you're basically seeing the entire light spectrum to get the white light. Okay? So, you need to draw it up there because all right through religion and everything, it says the King sitting on the mountain or whatever, and then you've got the moon down here. They're opposites, but the moon drifts back into the sun because this cycle here, that's coming back into the sun because all that collapses back to 1, remember? So it's come right back into the center to the new moon, comes in here. Full moon goes way out there. It's in behind the sun. See, the sun's there. The full moon is out here, out behind it. It's going around daily. So, anyway, it's about this guy here being pedantic, picking on figures. So understand the sun is 4 months quicker than the stars, and it all makes sense. And because it's like there, it's right there, and because the sun is dropping back in the system, creating the precession of the equinoxes. It's all real basic, actually. There, but there's a lot of difficult aspects in the flat earth model to try and explain, but there's stupid shit involved with their model, But, do you live on the outside of the spinning ball, or do you think living on that flat plane is more logical? Well, the flat plane is more logical. And the average dummy thinks, well, why can't we get out? Why haven't we got to the edge? They're too freaking dumb. Because we're confined, you can't get out. But NASA keeps telling you can fly out. So they just believe that, because they believe anything, because they're so dumb. I'll leave it at that. Hope you learned something out of this video anyway. Okay, catch you later. Cheers. That's a world first, eh? I'm the only person to explain that. Go online, Wikipedia, whatever, and just read up about it. And there's something in there. There's another riddle in there, how he's describing the whole flat earth system. One version. But it's esoteric, then no one will pick up on it. Might do a video on it one day. Thanks.